share with me, where did the idea come from?
I was raised from a divorced family. My father was removed out of my life, and it really did not realize until my maybe mid to late 20s the impact that it had on me. At the time, I was struggling with addiction as a way to kind of mask the problem. It was just all or nothing with me. Anything that would make me feel better to kind of escape the pain, I indulged in. During that time, I went through kind of an enlightening period where I knew that I needed to address the problem. I couldn't keep living the way I was living. And so I joined a 12-step program. And one of the first steps is to take your moral inventory. And as I went through that process, the whole idea was to write down everything that either you did wrong to somebody or they did wrong to you. And it was during that time a light bulb went off and I said, wow, this is where the root cause is. I studied this in college as a purchasing materials management major. And I was like, wow, this is something that if I'm going to solve this problem, I really got to go deep.
As you were working through this, introspective meditation part, what were the difficulties that you encountered?
The difficulties were really looking at what I did wrong. I mean, some of the things that the people I wronged in my life, some of the relationships that I burned, because of just doing things that were not appropriate. But it was up to me, based upon being an adult now at this point in time in my life, that I had the choice to either live the way I was and suffer, or make a choice to improve and find the true me to be a better asset to the world.
How long did it take to fix that problem?
For me, it took about 3 or 4 months. It was a lot of hard work, self-analysis. Depends on the individual or business, because this can apply to a business or an individual.
So walk me through a routine, typical day when you wake up. What did you say to yourself this morning?
Well, what I do is I wake up in the morning. The first thing I do is I meditate for 10 minutes. So I'll find a quiet place. I not necessarily sit Indian style, but I'll sit in a chair with my back straight and just close my eyes and just be in the moment.
And how do you put yourself in a positive mindset?
Well, as a result of that, if for any reason the inner critic for that day may be speaking negatively to me, so I at that point have to, consciously make an effort to turn off that switch and to replace those negative thoughts with positive thoughts, and to write down how I feel, but to let it go and to put down something positive that's going to shift my feeling, my emotion, or my mindset towards something good.
And all those tips and techniques are in your wonderful book.
Absolutely. It's going to talk about once you resolve the root cause, it'll go into the steps necessary to embrace change, step into your fear, which is coming out of your comfort zone. From there, setting up a long-term goal with smaller attainable goals, always investing in you to add value to other people or empower them. And then most importantly, being accountable at all times during the process, because that is something that I see a lot of, that people don't have the accountability. They have all this great stuff to work towards and great content that they've learned about something, but they're not accountable. And the accountability part is really the final piece of the puzzle that ties this all together.